Jorden Edmonds has committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Big pickup for Coach Deboer and Courtney Morgan, the GM of the Alabama Crimson Tide, today on Wednesday, March 26. Now, this is a big-time get. Jorden Edmonds is a five-star. He's the number 2 player out of the state of Georgia. When we talk about players that we want, you're a top 5 player from Georgia, Florida, California, Texas. We want you. This is a big slam dunk for Jorden Edmonds, who was recently with the Crimson Tide. One of the things that I like about Jorden Edmonds, and we're going to play his tape in just a second, but I like the fact that Alabama is starting to go after long, rangy type corners. Now, the photo on the left was recently posted by the University of Alabama, and it showcases Dejon Lee, right? 6'4". We've been hearing tremendous things about him. The coach right here to the left, that is Mo Lindquist, who's been doing a stellar job building this class up and really developing these players early on in his career at the University of Alabama. So Dejon Lee, totally capable to even play as a starter this year. And then when you look to who they're recruiting for this next recruiting cycle, you have Jorden Edmonds, who's coming in. On 3, list him at 6'2.5". If he's 6'3" and you have 6'4" corners, that tells you something about Alabama's philosophy at the corner position. They want some long and rangy type corners. I'm all for it. You know, I liked Trey Amos's game, Patrick Surtain, these type of guys. So what you have here is his footage. I'll go full screen and I'll do the voiceover on the back. But you see him playing on each side of the football at the high school level. Now, I like him specifically as a corner, and I'll showcase why. Here he is. He's a physical corner, and where you see him utilized on each side of the football, like you'll see him here, he doesn't have greatest top end speed, and I think when you look to a player like this, he has a very high ceiling. He is nowhere close to his overall potential. This is a hell of a catch, by the way. Goes up and gets the football at Sprayberry for 6. On the defensive side of the ball, he's physical, but where we see him shine, and one thing that I really like about his overall ability is the fact that now he switched into man coverage right here. He's on the wide receiver working. He's going to go to the outside. He uses his long and rangy body right here to knock down that ball. That's exactly what we want to see. That's high-level play. And when Alabama is going after a target like this, and with him committing today, that's big time. Here he's going against a wide receiver, looks 6'4", right? This is going to be a good battle right here on the left. Good man coverage, right? Physical defensive back, even gets the pass interference. So, look, when you get a player like this, here he is on the offensive side, it's a big pickup for many different reasons, and I think this was absolutely a slam dunk for the Crimson Tide. We'll come back to his highlight tape in just a minute. Other prospects, and when you start to look to this class that Coach Deboer has been putting together for the class of 2026, I know it's been a little bit slow. I predict what's going to happen is something similar to what we saw last year, and that was, remember the cold summer? I think it's about to be the cold summer again. We're just not in summer yet. But when you look to the recruiting class so far, you have Jorden Edmonds on the left, right, out of Georgia, 5-star prospect. This was an absolute slam dunk hire. Slam dunk commitment, rather. You have Zion Gibson, right? Prospect out of Gadsden, Alabama, 6'1", 174 pounds, the first guy to jump on board. Jamarian Matthews is a hell of a prospect. He was another guy to jump on board for the Crimson Tide. And then you have Chris Booker. So I started to look at this recruiting class, and a couple of things that I do like, and when you switch to the defensive side, and sometimes if you followed my show, I'll showcase these graphics. I'll go full screen again so you can see a comprehensive view of the field. Now, you have 3 prospects right now building out on the defensive side. And we'll continue to build this as Alabama lands more prospects. But you have Zion Gibson up at the top corner. Now, I have no idea where these corners will fall in line in the future. But you have Jorden Edmonds. So you can just see the 5-star, the 4-star, and then Jamarian Matthews up top. Yo, I'm starting to really like this recruiting class as it comes together. Again, there's limited prospects at this point in time just because of the season. But I think as we go forward, Alabama is really going to turn it up on the recruiting front. A couple more things on Jorden Edmonds that I want to talk about, because I think one of the things that you can rest assured in when we were talking about Coach Deboer is you might question, a culture change. You could question this or that. But one thing that you really can't question early on in Coach Deboer's career here at the University of Alabama is recruiting. He is recruited at such a high level. Let me ask you, inside the comment box right now, as we're cutting this video, we're talking about it. On a scale of 1 to 10, please answer this. This is your homework. On a scale of 1 to 10, in the first year and some change that Coach Kalen Deboer has been here, how would you grade him from a recruiting standpoint? Honestly, you look to last year's class, whether you want to say it was what was it, top 3? And now you look to this early class and bringing on a prospect like Jorden Edmonds. I think it does tell you about their ability to recruit high-level prospects. So Jorden Edmonds in for the Crimson Tide, tremendous get. Now, you might be asking, well, a couple guys on, the defensive side have committed. Well, what about on the offensive side? Well, Xavier Crowell was just here in Tuscaloosa recently. This prospect out of Jackson, Alabama, 5'11", 200 pounds, really sensational. And as you can see, he's got official visits lined up later on in the year to Georgia, Texas, Auburn, and Alabama. Alabama getting the last shot with him. His highlights, honestly, if you caught my show earlier today, they're phenomenal. Now, we don't put a lot of prospects often in kind of that must-get category. And even though Alabama has an arsenal of running backs to choose from even this year, I think Xavier Crowell is a must-get. Let me ask you again inside the comment box, regarding Xavier Crowell, do you think he's a must-get? Look at his ability. One thing that really stands out to me about him as a running back is his overall burst of speed. My goodness, you're talking about a 200-pound prospect that can get up and go. He reads the field really well. He's an elite back. I mean, is he the best back in the country? I don't know. I think he might be. So these are the type of prospects that Coach Kalen Deboer, Courtney Morgan, Robert Gillespie are trying to add to the University of Alabama. And from, the people that you talk to and the people that are really in the know, they feel like Alabama has a great shot to get Xavier Crowell here to the capstone, in-state prospect. Man, I'm serious. I like every single thing about his game. Look at this play right here. I don't know what happens, but he's trapped over here in the shadow of his own end zone, makes a couple guys miss, gets some quality blocks from his teammates, makes a couple more guys miss, fall down, and gets up the field. It looks like he ran 150 yards. Coach Kalen Deboer is building up something special here with the Crimson Tide. And whether you look to Jorden Edmonds today or kind of the future prospects that could commit to the Crimson Tide, it's something to get excited about. You can certainly give him credit. So, again, my question for you, in the year and some change that Coach Kalen Deboer has been here, how would you grade Coach Kalen Deboer, Courtney Morgan recruiting on a scale of 1 to 10? And do you think, now that Jorden Edmonds is in, do you think that Alabama will make a strong push for Xavier Crowell to land up in that 2026? Or, inside the comment box, post who you think will be next to commit to the Crimson Tide. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for joining us for this breaking recruiting update right here on Bama Football on YouTube. As news happens, we got you covered right here on Bama Football on YouTube. See ya.